Okay, so now we'll directly get into the subject. So we are going to discuss on the multimedia definition and then further set of topics we are going to discuss. Okay, so what is this multimedia system? One way of defining multimedia can be found in the meaning of composed word multi, many, much, multiple. So here, uh, multi means many. So that means many mediums. So media means medium. So many mediums we are going to use it, and through that we are going to achieve things. So for example, you can take about a website. So in a website, we have a many mediums are there. So something like we have a text is one medium, and we have audio is another medium, and video is another medium, graphics is another medium, animation is another medium. So like that, all these combinations we are put together in on a single environment, and we are going to create a content. So that is what the multimedia system is all about. So that is the basic definition of multimedia. So here the medium is nothing but intervening substance through which something is transmitted or carried on. So here, what we are doing is, what to say, it's a medium is nothing that through, what to say, that way only we are trying to do the transactions. So that's why it has been called as a medium. So in that medium, where we can use different kind of medium, and through that we can pass our information to the users. So here, if you seeing that the computer system is going to be using the medium, one is called text, second one is called image, third one is called sound, and fourth one is called video. So these are the basic, would say, medium which is being adapted in the system, and through that they are trying to pass the information to the user. So which is also being part of the basic multimedia system components. Now, so here, how we are going to, would say, represent this particular media. So the media are being divided into two different categories. One is called time independent, and second one is called time dependent medias. So that's what in this particular slide has been explained. So medias are being divided into two types in respect to time in their representation space. So for example, first one, time independent, which is called discrete media, which is being called as discrete media. So the information is being expressed only in its individual value. So example, the text or images. So those things are all called discrete media. So the text will be in a, what to say, it is not a continuous one. It is a discrete media. So according to their convenience, they can go for describing about the particular item in a textual format. So same thing can take about this particular what do you say PPT slide. I'm just explaining about what to say what is time independent in a discrete manner. So I'm just describing all the particular detail. So or I can put an image and then and under the through the image also I can go for explaining the particular concept. So which is called time independent. There is no time. It is not depending on any time. So there is no limit for it. But the second type of media which is being called as which is called time dependent, or we can say is a continuous media. It's being called as a continuous media. So here the information is being expressed not only to individual value, but also by the time of its occurrence. So it is not going to express only the individual value, but it is also including the time also, because for sound also we have a time limit, and for video also we have a time limit. So based on the time bound which is being get created on it, so that's why it's called time dependent, or we can say continuous media. So there are two types of would say medias are being get represented. One is called discrete media, another one is called continuous media. So discrete in the sense which is just the expressions we are going to give it, so where there is no time bound. But the second one is all depending on the time, because if the time is missing, then you will not get that proper output for it. So when you are just trying to watch the movies, so if you're seeing that the audio and video is not being synced, what will happen? You may find that some kind of would say destruction. So that is because of the there is no would say continuation, as well as there is no would say proper coordination among the video as well as and the sound. If it is not there, then the entire thing will be get collapsed. So that's why it's all time dependent. Should go along with the other medium parallelly. If it is not going along with the other medium parallelly, then would you say which is going to create a lot of issues. But that is not the case when you go for a discrete media, where text can be kept put it separately and image can be put it separately, and there is no time, I would say time dependent. So, but when you come in terms of a sound and video should be match exactly, so that only you'll be getting the proper output. So that's why it's called continuous media, and that has been called as a discrete media. Fine. Now, the classification of media. So this is going to be an important question. So just many time repeated question. So you can just make a note of it. Classification of media. So what is media? And explain the classification of media. So in this classification of media, where we are going to discuss about the perception of media and the representation of media, the presentation of media, and the storage media, transmission media, as well as information exchange media. So one by one, we are going to see in detail. So these are the classifications of media: perception, representation, presentation, storage, transmission, and the information exchange. So the first one is a perception. So perception, there itself we have answer. So the perception media helps human to sense their environment. So the central question is how human perceive the information in computer environment. So the answer is going to be like this: seeing and hearing. Because if it is an environment, so we can able to hear the sound which is being generated by various objects. So either maybe a human being, or it may be animals, or it may be something else, maybe a machine, anything. If it is generating a sound, we can able to hear on it. But how about in computer environment? So where we have a seeing and hearing. So seeing is nothing that for the perception of information. So through seeing the usual, such as a text, image, and would say videos are being used. So through the, if you watch that, so you can able to would say get that particular information. And hearing, so for the perception of information through hearing media such as music, noise, and speech are being used. So one of the things which is music, another one is a speech, which I am currently giving to you people, right? So through that you can able to hear it. And seeing is nothing that you are watching this let's say PPT. So through that you can able to get that particular information. So this is being called as a perception media. So that's the first classification or first category in this media. Second one is representation. So representation media are being defined by internal computer representation of information. So internal, how internally that particular data has been get represented. So because here we are going to use computers for say the entire multimedia data we are going to put on it, and through that only we are going to see and hearing it. So for that, how it has been get represented. So again, there's a question. So the central question is how computer information is being coded, how it has been get coded. So the answer is that various formats are being used to represent media information in computer. So there are different formats for a different categories of would say data that you're trying to use it in your would say application. So based on that, different formats are being created, and that format has been adapted. So for the text, if you've seen that earlier days they used ASCII code. Even nowadays also ASCII code has become one of the most prominent code has been adapted in the market for would say coding your data. So which is would say which is being represented in the computer, that means the background. They are talking about the background. So American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So that is the format the text is being represented, or there is a Unicode format is there. So for the internet purpose, they use that Unicode format. So and there are other set of say format also has been used for a text representation, but the most frequently used ASCII and Unicode would say format. This is how the format has been most widely used in the market. And then the next one is just mainly for a graphics. So graphics are being coded according to CEPT. So that is the Conference of European Postal and Telecommunications Administration. So the Conference of European Postal and Telecommunications Administration, CEPT. So or we can say CAPTAN. So this is the would say which is the one which is being used for a graphics, and where even which is being adapted for a video text standard also. So this is one of the standard has been adapted for representing that particular media. And similar way for the image also, there are plenty of formats are being there in image. So we have a BMP, then we have that JPG, and we have a TIFF, then we have that would you say a different kind of format has been available in the market. So but the most widely and frequently used would say format, which is something that JPG, so Joint Picture Expect True. So that is the one which has been used for say representing the image media. And the next one is for television standards. Even for the television also, the television, if you seen that it is a combination of audio and video. So there should be a sequence that need to be get adapted. And for that, there is a standard coding format has been used in the market. So one is something like a PAL, NTSC, and CKM. So these are the different, I would say, standards are being used for televisions. Okay, so depends on that area, they'll be going for using the corresponding, I would say, standards. So PAL, NTSC, and CKM. So these are the, I would say, uh, different standards are being used in the market for television, especially for the television media. And another one is all these data need to be stored in a specific format. So for that, the most widely used format, which is nothing but MPEG. So that is motion picture expert group. Motion picture expert group. So that is a format has been adapted for representing the data, especially in the television media. So that is all about say representation media. Now we are going to discuss on the presentation media. That means how you are going to present your data, how you are going to present the data to the users through various, would say, mode. So here the presentation media refers to the tools and the devices for the input and output of the information. That means basically what they are trying to mean that how you are going to feed the data and what is the output that you are going to get out of that data which has been get fed by you. So for that, would say we'll be using different medias. So for example, if you take about input, where we'll be using a keyboard, mouse, and camera, microphones are the main, would say, input media. So either through your keyboard or through your mouse or through your camera or through your microphone, we'll be feeding the data to the, would say, that particular application. And then from there, it need to go for processing it, and then it has to produce output. So for that output media, either we can generate the output in a paper, or we can put it on the screen to project out to the user, or through speaker we can go for projecting out the information, or even we can pass to the printer also, printer device, and through that we can able to say print out the particular information. It's all about presentation. That means how you are going to present yourself, they'll be asking, right? So how you are going to present your the media information to the user in what way? So these are the input media and these are the output media which we had a discussion, right? And then next one is the storage media. That means how we are going to store the data. That is also being matters, because when you talk about multimedia, so the huge volume of data has been available. So those huge volume of data, how we are going to store on it and how we are going to extract those data. So where the storage media has been playing a vital role. So the storage media has been referred to the data carrier, which means the storage of informations. So the central question is how will the information is being stored. So how you are going to store the particular information. So where we'll be starting with the hard disk and CD-ROMs, and then we have a DVDs, then we have a pen drive, we have a let's say different disks are being available, and through that we can able to store our information. So that is let's say it's all about storage media. And the next one is transmission. How we are going to transmit that particular data. So you have a different kind of data which is being available for your multimedia, right? So starting from text, and we have a audio, video, graphics, animation. So different kind of data that you're using it. So what is the transmission medium that you're using, and through that we are trying to pass this particular data. So the transmission medias are different information carrier that enables continuous data transmission, because it's need to be continuously get transferred. It's not like a discrete, it should be continuously get transferred, so that only you can able to get that information much faster. Otherwise it become very difficult. So the here also there is a question over which information will be transmitted. So how we are going to transfer the particular information, what kind of information will be get transferred? So the answer is going to be a coaxial cable. So using either a coaxial cable or fiber optic cable. So through that we can able to pass this information. So nowadays even we can have a wireless, I would say, without a wire. So through wireless also we can able to transfer your data from one system to another system, where you can able to transfer your audio, video, to say, and graphics, animations, everything we can able to transfer on it. So where we'll be using that wireless media, and through your transmitter, it will be get transmitted to the receiver end. So, but other mechanism, which is like a physical mode, where we'll be using a coaxial cable, or it may be a fiber optics cable, and through that we can able to transfer our information. So this is called transmission media. And the next one is information exchange media, how the information is being getting exchanged to the users. So the information exchange media, which is include all the information carrier for transmission. So that is all storage and transmission media. How we are going to exchange the information between, say, the two medias or between two systems, how it is going to be taken place. So what kind of mechanism will have been adapted for exchanging this particular information? So again, here also we have a, say another question which is being asked: which information carrier will be used for information exchange between different places? So here it's a combined uses of storage and transmission media. So here what we are going to do is we are going to use the storage, that is mainly for the data has been need to be kept somewhere, right? So where that storage media will come into play, and we need to transfer this data to some other machine. So where we'll be using that transmission media, and through that we'll be would be able to transfer the data. So from machine X to machine Y, if you want to transfer the data, so machine X will have a storage and machine Y also will have a storage. So where that storage media will come into play. And transmission media, something like using either a cable mode or it may be through a wireless mode, will be transferring the data from X to Y. So where the transmission media will be coming. So through that only we can able to exchange the information. So that information can be either a plain text or it may be your audio or video or animation or graphics or even some other, I would say, information also we can able to pass on it. So that is called information exchange. So one of the key mechanisms being adapted in the market, which is called email. So through email, we can go for exchanging our data between, let's say, system which has been located in a different part of the world, which is very much possible. So which is being called as the information exchange media. Fine. So these are the classifications of, let's say, media. So the classifications of media, we have had discussion about perception, and we had a discussion about representation. Then we had a discussion about presentation and storage, transmission, as well as information exchange. So these are the total 6 different medias are being used. Okay, so starting from the perception of the data and how the data has been get represented, and after representation, how we are going to present the data to the user, and what kind of storage mechanism that has been adapted for storing these medias, and how it has been get transmitted, what kind of mode that you are using for transmitting the data, and then how the information has been get exchanged. So whenever you're going for exchange, it will be a combination of your storage and transmission. These two medias are being combined together. They'll be going for information exchange. Right. So hope you understand what to say, the concept has been explained to you. Is that clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now we are going to discuss on the next topic, which is usage of multimedia applications. So that means basically where we say the multimedia are being adapted, which are the fields the multimedia has been adapted. So starting from education, training, entertainment, advertisement, presentation, business communication, and web page design. So these are the different fields the multimedia are being used. So first one we are going to discuss on, to say, the education industry. So in education industry, if you've seen that the multimedia has been used for various purposes. So starting from the school level, nowadays, if you've seen that the school children are learning through a small app. So in that app, they are giving all the basic alphabets. And for the alphabets, instead of simply, would say, projecting out the alphabets, what they're doing is through some stories or through some narrative skills, and through that or innovative way, they are, would say, imparting this knowledge to the students. So where that multimedia applications are being used. So there are plenty of applications are being available. So it's all come to their mobile itself. They can watch on it, or there is a, what to say, a website has been created, and the website also they can go and watch about that particular, what to say, education related stuff. That is for the school childrens. And when you come to the, what to say, college level and even the higher level, where, what to say, various what to say, multimedia applications are being created, and through that they can able to, what to say, learn the concepts. So instead of theoretically studying the concept, so it has been explained in an interactive manner. So through that they can learn a lot more, and it has become much easier also. So instead of full of theoretical concepts, so they will be explained through an audio or video, or even some other medium also is being used. So through that, the concept become more clear, much clear for the, what do you say, students. So college to level students, and even it has been used in the, what do you say, research level also, where we say a lot of research which is being especially is going on in that would say digital image processing. So how that would say the normal image can be converted into a digitized format, and how the image quality can be enhanced. And in terms of various aspects of the image also, there are huge, would say, research is going on in the market. So it is not only about image, even the audio, video, and even the language translations. So your say data, if it is in one language, how we can translate into other language. So for that also various say applications are being created in the market. These are all comes under the multimedia applications which is existing in the market. So it's all about say education industries which is being used. And second one is the training. So even for training purpose also, the multimedia applications are being used. So especially for example, the people are there in a different part of the world, and they want to take up the training on a particular technology, where would you say they'll be either need to travel, or they need to go to that center to learn on it. But nowadays through online itself they can able to take the training, where that multimedia applications being created, and through that a lot of interactions are happening. So that is another would say usage of multimedia application in the training industry. And the next one, it's a huge one, which is entertainment. So in entertainment, I would say many of the movies which have been currently, I would say, created by the directors, they are all mostly they are using, I would say, animations and graphics for their movies. So through that, I would say they are getting, I would say, a lot of help. The reason behind it, there are certain places they may not able to travel, and it's a huge amount they need to say pay on it. So just imagine if they want to take over the scene in a remote location of the I would say other part of the world. So they want to travel, so there'll be a huge amount they need to invest on it, because there are so many people they need to take with them, including the say starting from the light boy until that director level, the entire people, even the actors, everybody has to travel. It's a huge amount they need to invest on it. So instead of that, what they can do, the same thing, they just need to minimal amount if they invest on that particular multimedia application. So where there are so many softwares are being available, so there they can get that the I would say the real environment in that virtual itself. So they are getting it with that they can shoot it in the local I would say places, and then put it in the system and then convert, and then they can show it in a place where they are in a different locality. So they might have shooted in a local I would say in a local place, but the backdrop with all the enhancement of the would say software, through that they can make it they are somewhere in the Hollywood, and they are doing I would say many things. So that is where that entertainment world is going now. It is not only in the movies, even it has been adapted in the televisions also, and as well as various serials, and even I would say many places now they are using this graphics and animation. So that is one of the biggest industry which is evolving with this multimedia application. So where many of them getting job, and it's a highly paid job in the world. So that is there in the entertainment industry. And the next one is advertisements. Even for advertisement also, there are nowadays, if you might have seen that so many advertisements are been coming. So where they are using this animation and graphics, all those things, part of their what is it, advertisement itself. So there also that multimedia applications are being used. So that is another area which has been currently booming. So especially if you see that entertainment and advertisement, there are would say a lot of would say multimedia applications are being used, and many are utilizing it, and they are getting the huge amount. Okay, so and even it is not only the advertisement, even the medical field also they are using it. So in the medical field also, for would say the operations can be virtually, they can would say run it, and they can see on it, and would say the internal organization of the human being they can project out in a three-dimensional model, because again the 2D animation, 3D animation is being possible. So through that, they can three-dimension of that particular people can able to see on it. So these are all just been, I would say, part of that, would say, entertainment and advertisement, as well as even in the training also. And another one, entertainment. I think here in Bangalore itself, we have that, would say, 4D, 5D, and 7D, would say, many theaters have been available. So, which is through that the user can experience would say, they are into the particular world. So something like 7D recently has been launched into that Megrath Mall. So if you go to that Megrath Mall, there we have that 7D. So what they're doing is they made that particular mini theater hall in such a way that so the seat also have all kind of would say enhancement they have done it. So the seat will be moving and seat will be like would say jumping, and under the seat there are thorns are being kept, and which will be coming out, and there is a spray which they kept it, and it will be start spraying on it, and then what to say that the seat also will be get tilt and it will be moving. So there are a lot of things. So that's why it's called 7 dimensions. So all the 7 dimensions you can able to watch that particular environment. That means you feel that you are under you are being in that particular environment. The rats are running, what to say, so you feel that it is running under your legs. So such a feel they will be giving on it. And if the water has been get splashed on the screen, so same thing can same effect will be getting on your place also, because there is a sprayer they kept it, and which will be start spraying the waters on your I would say legs or maybe wherever whichever place. So like that would say the natural effect they are trying to give on it through a virtual environment. So that is another would say usage of multimedia application. And then presentation. So even for the presentation also, we say the multimedia applications are being adapted. So one of the applications which are currently we are using is something like a PowerPoint, and through that we are presenting the information to the user. So like that, there are plenty of would say applications are being available in the market, and through that we can able to present would say our information to the user. And the next one is a business communication. So even which has been adapted for would say business communication also. So how the business communication this multimedia has been used. For example, they want to have a would say conferencing. So if they want to do the conferencing every day, they need to discuss with their client, or they need to discuss with their would say colleagues, or they need to discuss with their boss, or they want to discuss with the team leaders, or maybe would say project managers or director level. So those kind of people will be may not be there in one particular location. So they will be in a different geographical locations of the world. So if they want to discuss, so it's what is it, physically it has become impossible to do on it everyday basis. So where they can use the tools. So they can use that what do you say video conferencing tool, and through that they can go for what do you say discussing with their what do you say different people on the different level. So which is very much possible. So where I would say it's like one-to-one interactions, or it may be like one-to-many interactions there is possible. So even they can talk directly to the client through a video conferencing. So it's like sitting, would say, sitting together each other and discussing. So such a kind of things has been created. So that is another, would say, multimedia applications is being used in the market. And the last one, which is called web page design. Even for the web page design also, I would say this particular tool has been used. So where you have that would you say various tools have been available for web page creations. So starting from a simple HTML, and then we have that what do you say um, mm, Photoshop. Then we have that even what do you say Creator Pros are available, and then we have that Adobe. So like that, there are so many what do you say applications have been, so many what do you say softwares have been available, and through that they can go for creating the web pages. So even the websites they can able to create on it. So and Visual Studio they can use it, or they can go for using Eclipse, or they can go for using NetBeans. So through that they can able to create the what do you say web pages. So and even I would say poster designs, and then they have a lot of designs they can able to create on it. I would say through this particular I would say multimedia applications. So these are all the I would say few usages of multimedia applications. So it's not only limited to this particular area. Even it has been wide open. So there are so many other areas also. I would say the multimedia applications are being used. So I've just lectured out only the most prominent, which has been essential, which has been most widely used. And apart from that, there are other fields also they are using it. So maybe one of the another multimedia things like currently, if you want to virtually, if you want to see your house, okay. So before going for construction, so they want to see that how your house look like. So for that also we have application is there, and through that we can able to virtually see the entire house, how it looks, and what are things supposed to be there in your house. The entire thing we can see it in a 3D module, which is very much possible. So starting from AutoCAD and Autodesk, and then we have what to say, various applications have been available, and that is also kind of a what to say, multimedia applications, where which is especially used for a construction field. So like that, various fields nowadays they are using this particular multimedia applications. So especially it is good, it is helping out in a different level, helping out a different level for the people to identifying what to say, the issues, and then it will be giving a solution also. So that is where that multimedia application is being adapted in everywhere in the part of the world. So another one you might have seen that nowadays that what to say, there is a, if you have a older televisions, if you have it, and if you want to go for that what to say, smart TV, so you need to pay a huge amount. So instead of that, you can convert your normal TV into your smart TV, where they are using a device, right? Tata Sky, they have that Tata Sky Binge. So where through that you can convert your normal TV into a what to say, smart TV, where you can able to watch high dimensional what to say, high dimension videos as well as HD videos. And then we have that what to say, even you can able to watch different programs, and you can even able to browse your YouTube. A lot of things you can do on it, so through with your normal TV itself. So because that device has been giving, that multimedia device which is giving which is one of the multimedia application which is running on it, it is making sure that it is happening in your normal television itself. So which is giving a extended support to your device. So which is very much possible. Only thing is your television should have that HDMI port. If a HDMI port is there, then it will work. So where that all your, you can able to run your multimedia application, which is very much possible. So these are all to say different to say areas your multimedia has been used. So I just listed out only the things which has been I would say most frequently used. And apart from that, even some other field also I would say the multimedia has been adapted into the market. Okay, so with this, I'm stopping this particular what to say session, and next class onwards we'll go for seeing the